Hi, it's Carter. I did a video earlier for constitutionalrightspack.com. Make sure to go there, subscribe to the newsletter. Subscribe to the newsletter. It's free, and you also every day get my personal email in the afternoon. Um, I did a post earlier, and I mentioned in the course of the post, it was like 10 minutes long, um, the illegal alien invaders. I mentioned a lot of them come from Honduras, where my wife, who is a legal immigrant, is from. Please don't confuse the two. And I got a lot of responses from people saying, "Why are so many coming?" And and some saying, "How many do you think there are?" All right, let me lay it out for you. Let me lay it out for you, and you get ready to be shocked. When Toxic Joe Biden took office, there were about 10 million people living in Honduras. About 10 million, maybe a little less, but about that. And Toxic Joe and his fascist regime have allowed in, probably a better word actually is escorted in, about 15 million illegal aliens total. I estimate probably about a third of those are from Honduras. Yes, you just did the math in your head, didn't you? It's half the population of Honduras. Yeah. Very few are from Nicaragua. Nicaraguans are very happy with Daniel Ortega and the fact they have a lower crime rate in the U.S., no drug problem, and prices about maybe a quarter of what we pay here. Great, great, great medical care. Um, my wife and I are looking to buy land. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Coffee bean farm. So very few came from there. Not a whole heck of a lot from El Salvador because of Bukele's incredible program for cleaning up that country, making it a very nice destination now, if you're looking for somewhere to invest. The vast majority have come from Honduras. So you say, well, that's like half the population of Honduras. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But keep in mind, the Honduran government encouraged them to come. They're not political refugees. There's really no political persecution in Honduras, less than there is here, to be honest with you. If you don't believe that, cross the Biden regime. Ask Donald Trump, ask Peter Navarro, ask Steve Bannon, ask the J6 prisoners. A lot more political oppression here than in Honduras. Is there poverty? Yeah, but they've dealt with that for years, and I've lived there. I have a home there. My wife is from there. They've dealt with it, coped with it pretty well. So what's going on with their government is encouraging them to leave. One day we'll find out if their government is actually paying them to leave. One day we'll find out what kind of deals their government has made with the NGOs, with the, I'm going to say, a Catholic Church, and the other church relief services that are bringing these people up here. One day we'll find out, but I'm estimating half the population. Now you say, well, why would their government want that? They're losing all those taxpayers. They don't pay a lot of taxes in Honduras, okay? My home that I own, the annual tax rate is about $50. All right? There's virtually no income tax, so they're not losing a lot of tax dollars. And here's what they're gaining. These horrifying, oppressive political hacks, demagogues, Joe Biden types in Honduras. What they're gaining, and I want you to think about this. They get hundreds of millions of dollars in aid from the United States. They get aid from other countries all over the world, pours into Honduras. You getting the picture here? So what happens if, let's say, the United States forks over 100 million, 200 million a year? What happens if the political hacks, the grifters, only have to spend half as much of the money as they used to spend to give some, not a lot, but to the poor? Trust me, they never gave the 400 million. They may have given a couple million, but suppose they only had to give half of that now. Oh yeah, they're that greedy and grasping. The money goes right into their pockets. That's how it works, folks. So we keep pouring the foreign aid in. They send their people up here, and the politicians in Honduras, who are already filthy rich, get even richer and don't give a damn dime to the poor and needy there. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. That's why they are so thrilled to see what I'm telling you could be a third to half the population of Honduras invade the United States. Then there's one more thing, why they encourage their people to leave, and I think more than encourage, I think, they may gather them up at the border and say, get your butt out of here. Remittances. These people send back billions of dollars a year when they're up here, back home, from the money they earn up here. How much of that you think really goes into the politicians' pockets? Think about it. Just think about it. Yeah. And then you have up here the crooked politicians who work with the crooked politicians down there. You have to wonder if maybe sometime before he took office, Toxic Joe sent Hunter, said, Hunter, I want you to stay off your coke for a week or two. Go down and visit with the dictator in Honduras. I think at the time it was Juan Orlando. And tell him, here's the deal I'm putting together for him. They're going to get even more foreign aid. Send their people up here. Kind of a payoff to you to send your people up here. But don't forget, the big guy wants his 10%. Not possible? I'd say probable. So just a word of explanation as to some of what's going on behind the scenes of the illegal alien invasion. Got to stop it. Got to send them home. Done deal.